Hi everyone, welcome back again with me, Marianna. Today I'm going to be sharing with you another topic that is about presupposition. It's an interesting topic since we will focus to classify our assumption in every utterance or sentence in our daily conversation. Okay, let's start with the definition of presupposition, or what is the meaning of presupposition itself. Presupposition is an implicit assumption about the world or background belief relating to an utterance whose truth is taken for granted in discourse. Or, in short, we can say that presupposition is an assumption to something. And every assumption can be true or false. For example, John no longer writes fiction. The assumption is John once wrote fiction, or John has ever written fiction. That is the general example of presupposition. Now let's see some type of presupposition. There are 6 types. First is existential presupposition. It's the assumption of the entity's existence named by the speaker. Generally, it relates to noun phrase and possessive construction. For example, if a speaker says, Tom's car is new, the presuppose will be Tom exists and he has a car. Tom's car is a possessive construction. Next, the second type is affective presupposition. It is the assumption that is true and can be identified by some verbs such as regret, realize, etc. For example, I didn't realize she came. So our assumption will be she came, and that is true. Another example is we regret telling him. So the assumption is we told him already. Next, the third type is non-factive presupposition. It is the opposite of factive presupposition, and the assumption is not true and also can be identified by some verbs such as dream, pretend, imagine, etc. For example, he pretends to be ill. The assumption is he isn't ill. Second example, I dreamed that I was in the classroom doing the final test. The assumption is I wasn't in the classroom. The fourth type is lexical presupposition. It is the assumption that in using one word, a speaker can act as another meaning that will be understood. For example, Julie stopped running. The assumption is Julie used to run. Another example is you are late again. The assumption is you were late before. So the using of word again means there is something that has ever done before and still happening in the present time. Next, the fifth type is structural presupposition. It is the assumption that associated with the use of certain structures such as WH questions. For example, when did you buy the book? The assumption is you bought the book, you bought it already. The last type is convectual presupposition. It is the assumption that what is presupposed is not only untrue but also contrary to facts, as we always find out in the if clauses. For example, if I were rich, I would buy a Ferrari. The presuppose is I'm not rich, or the fact is I'm not rich. Okay, those are the types of presupposition. Lastly, I'd like to add a little bit about the difference between presupposition and entailment. Presupposition focused on speaker's assumption, while entailment focused on the logic assumptions given in the sentence. For example, Riza has 2 cars. The presupposition will be Riza exists and Riza is rich. And the entailment will be Riza has something, Riza has a car, and Riza has 2 cars. Those are the differences. Alright, that's a brief explanation about presupposition. I hope you get the point, and watching. See you!